So today I'm at the River Dart and I'm going to be doing some long exposure photography of the river, and whilst I'm here I'm going to grab an image of this mushroom. Well, I'm going to try and get it against the backdrop of this water. I don't know whether it'll work because the bank is kind of preventing that, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. Let's jump in. Hello and welcome to another video. So today I'm in, I think it's on Dartmoor, pretty sure it's on Dartmoor. It's well, it's the River Dart, so it's got to be on Dartmoor. Would have just assumed we were on the very edge of Dartmoor, let's put it that way. So I've come to do some long exposure photography today, and I was going to get the main River Dart as you come into Dartmoor. There's a nice little area down here that, oh god, nearly fell. So it's a little area. Just, I like the idea of this moss. I saw it as you was coming, I saw it as I was coming over the bridge, and I thought it would make a nice image. Although looking at this looks quite nice, and if I'm shooting upriver to where this part of the falls, cascade, there's nothing on this left hand side really to balance that out. That looks really nice on its own, but I think shooting up I'm going to struggle to balance that image out with that right hand side, so I'll have to have a look at it when I get down there. But I've set up here just quickly because I'm a bit disappointed. There's a mushroom just here. Let me just take you off the thing. There's a mushroom just here that I thought I could frame the water, get the mushroom in the foreground and then the water in the background, but the position of the mushroom, just to show you how big it is compared to my hand, look. So it's actually quite a big mushroom, but the position of the mushroom, the water, obviously I could get the camera down here and I'd be able to get that in the shot, but to get round here, to get the water in the shot, I'll come around this side, that's as low as I can go, so I can't get down level with the mushroom, which is a real shame because I think I could have probably got a nice image out of that. So yeah, so that's why I've stopped early. So I'm just going to head down further now and set up down the bottom. Okay, so I've made it across nice and safely, and possibly you can see in the time lapse, which actually reminds me, solve this, not an argument, solve this debate for me. So when I make my videos and my wife watches them, she says she hates the bit where I fast forward the video into like it's not a time lapse, it's just sped up. And I take like a 2 or 3 minute clip down to about 20 or 30 seconds, put some music over the top. Let me know in the comments whether you think having that in is beneficial, because I always feel that it shows the kind of effort that you go into to take the photo. But she thinks, I don't know, she just thinks it's not very good. She doesn't enjoy watching it. So yeah, please do solve that. Let me know in the comments what you think, and solve that little debate for me. So what I'm looking at is I've got the main part of the water, so the rapids, if you like, coming over to the central part. I've cut off the stones to a degree and the bank, so I've got the water as the main subject, and then on the left here you've got another couple of little waterfalls. Now it's going to be very underexposed on the left hand side because there's no light on it, because the light's coming through the canopy, as you can see up in the middle of the frame, which is lighting up the water, but the left hand side is not catching any light because it's behind stones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exposure blend two images together. So I'm going to bring up the darks, the shadows in the left hand side of the image by doing a 40-second exposure, and then the middle where the main light's coming in, I'm going to probably do a 30-second exposure and then blend the two together. So I've got a polarizer on and a neutral density filter. The neutral density filter is probably about 75% of the way to full. ISO 100 and f11. So I'll take that picture and then I'll take the next one, and then I'll pop the image up on the screen and let me know what you think. Might grab one last image here, which is just of this little bit isolated on its own, and there's a couple of little bits of where the water falls over. There's one here, but I'll probably cut that out, and I'll just grab, probably quite low down as well, looking at the angle. I'm going to do a 40-second exposure here. So, next location, just a little bit further downstream. Do you know when you just get to where you're going and you just think it's not going to be as good as you envisaged, and yeah, I'm still going to give it a go, but it's just not looking as good as I thought it was going to look for some reason. I just have this greenery up the side. I thought it was just going to make it look, you know, awesome, but we shall see. Just playing about with the compositions, where to place the rock in the image, so as to not lose too much of the water and not to have too much rock. So trying to find that balance. Whether I achieve that or not, it's a different thing. I'm going to pop some images up. I'll just play around and I'll pop some images up. Let me know which ones you think's the best ones. Don't think it's the image that I wanted until I see it on the computer screen. Make some adjustments, maybe might turn out okay. So 2 last images I'm going to grab quickly. I'm going to go back closer up again to the falls where it's more turbulent, and I'm going to reduce my filter so it's not such a long exposure to try and capture some of that rougher water, try and keep that in the image rather than smooth it right out, because I'm just looking at the back of that camera there and I think it just looks too smooth and it doesn't do it justice. So I'm just going to bring that down a little bit to try and give that effect of a bit more rougher water. And then I'm going to try that last mushroom shot that I know that the angle's all wrong on, but I'm going to get a photo of that mushroom at the very least, and yeah, that'll be me done. So I'm just going to grab those 2 images. Okay, so we're back at the bit I took the other photos up, but I've come up the bank a little bit because there's a little tree here that's losing its leaves. So I was wondering whether I can incorporate that into the shot. Okay, so I've taken the neutral density filter off, and I'm at f18 100 second ISO 100, and I'm doing 1 to 2 seconds just to see how that looks. Okay, compositionally not the greatest, but I'm pleased with the level of blurriness of the water. So with that done, I'm going to shoot down to that mushroom and then I'm going to call it a day. Whew. Okay, so it's not going to be the most impressive angle, but I'm going to give it a shot and see what it looks like. Destroy the bush in the meantime. So that's the mushroom that's the mushroom photo done. Hopefully it comes out okay, because it is quite impressive. Whether it works against the water as a backdrop, I don't know. Hopefully it will, but we'll see. So please do let me know in the comments about the speeding up time, whether that works for you or whether cutting out completely is the best thing to do. And if you like this video, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to the page, to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.